Okay. The Elgato has finished, or has it? Okay, yeah. The Elgato has finished shitting its britches. So yes, Mark, you may go ahead and continue reading the secondary the second set of pictures.
Oh Lord, my favorite. Um, McMahon also indicated on April 2nd, 2021, that Miss Grant should obey if that guy wanted to bring
Lauren
in yet more men.
Laurenitis. That's
Laurinaitis. Yeah.
who your bro calls fucking laryngitis.
Maybe he
Have you
wants
heard
to.
him speak?
Yes, I have.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
dating. He was dating. Oh, there it is. He was dating the
Not
Bellas in.
dating. He's married. He's married to.
Okay, yeah, the Bella's mom, like Nikki Bella and Shaquilla Bella.
Maybe he wants two other guys to join you with him. Holy shit. You've told him you would do anything with him.
Anything,
Anything with him? So
anything,
if he
anything.
surprised you with two others, you would have no alternative other than to take them on. OMG, the stories you could tell me then. It
Pause.
makes me want to come right now.
Pause.
By the way,
Vincent. Hold
I
on,
just
hold on,
thought
hold on,
of what?
hold on. I just want for a second. For a second. Vincent Kennedy McMahon typed OMG in a text message.
OMG.
That's all. I just want y'all to smell it. I just want y'all to sniff that it's in the air. I just want y'all to smell the concept of Vincent Kennedy McMahon at the age of 79 typing OMG in a text message. All right, continue, please.
By the way, I just thought of what I think is an excellent idea. Maybe you could hint that if he knows someone who can be discreet, it might be better if you and Johnny try him out first so he can get more comfortable before he is introduced to me. Actually, that makes total sense, doesn't it?
It was his idea. It was his idea. It was his fucking. Mind you, I'm saying that shit like he fucking said it, but still, it was his idea.
On May 24th, 2021, McMahon messaged Miss Grant to remind her that a mistake could destroy her career and that she should pursue verbal communication rather than written where possible. I can't imagine why. Those compliments will just keep coming. Just wait and see. I totally understand and agree. Re being scared of communication and photos, Johnny gets drunk and sloppy and could easily make a mistake that could cost him his job and yours too. Verbal communication is the way to go. That said, have you and Johnny talked about breakfast tomorrow? The fuck? We haven't discussed it at
We like
all.
waffles.
It's up in the air. Johnny complained about getting a new phone and it's just arrived. I haven't set up a time coordinate to coordinate setting it up with IT because I need him to me reassure me that he's erased everything he's ever saved. Truly, I regret that he ever got the pics. It's not worth the stressing I'm feeling. I'm done with it.
Was that the end of the? That was it. That was it. That was it. In the end.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
Okay.
We have one more. McMahon continued to advertise a sexual encounter with Mix Grant WWE superstars during the formal negotiation to a new booking contract at the WWE. I don't know what the date is, but this was at 9:58. Doesn't say PM or AM. Here's what Blank said after I told him that part of the deal was fucking you. Lol, that's your turf. She will be ruined after me and leave your ass. Plus, after me, your tool won't fit anymore. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
That was Brock Lesnar. The person,
Oh,
the person who said your tool won't fit anymore was none other than one Brock Aloysius Lesnar, allegedly.
Now,
allegedly.
there are supposed to be more texts.
I would imagine that there are.
Um, but here's the thing. Come on.
Yeah, so now that that's out of the way, so here's where me and your bro are. Like mentally, like I said, everything you just read was supposedly typed and sent by a 78-year-old. Well, not 78 at the time, but a 70-plus-year-old man.
Because I wasn't emphasizing it too much, but every U and every B was just a letter.
Yes, just a letter. And the word T-O, was never spelled out.
Yeah.
It was always
Yeah.
just the number.
Which does a 70-year-old man just pop
Let
that
me
way?
let me read this comment. Somebody commented on the article. Not defending Vince. Dude is reprehensible. Piece of garbage like his friend DJT. However, I do have to say that the texts don't pass the sniff test. These look like they were typed by some Gen Z teen with the UR and the misspellings and lack of punctuation. Remember, Vince was pushing 80. Also, I read somewhere that she was offered the job after living in the same building as Vince. He is a billionaire and is living in the same building as this girl who says she had nothing. Not that it has anything to do with the accusations, but if you would lie about something like that, that's all I'm saying. Certain things just don't pass the sniff test.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, like they met. Like I said, I didn't know if it was they lived in the same building or if she knew somebody who lived in his building.
I hate this. I hate this so much. Another comment from Hollywood Hogan said, "Who can look at WWE the same after this, brother?"
Shut up.
This is so stupid.
Oh, hello. Some sneaky dirt. Mark, they had sneaky dirt.
I will say, like, the fact that, like, he would do something like that, like, wouldn't surprise me, given that he, on
No.
television, like, would rub his ass in his employees' faces. So,
Yes.
I mean, it's not that much of a stretch.
Yes. No,
Yes,
I'm
like-
not saying that Vince didn't treat her horribly. He probably
we're
did.
just talking about the text messages being.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but here's the
He
problem.
probably treated her awful, but he didn't write them texts.
No, not at all. Cause like I said I was reading these to somebody last night, and his thought was like, so even if Vince like had like an assistant that was like sending these, because why would that be what you did? Like, why would you have like an assistant write these texts out on your behalf and like send them to somebody? Because like
assistant, take a letter.
Yeah. Like, why? Why would that be what you chose to do? You dumb fuck. So like no, like me and Mike and Jay, we were talking about it earlier, we all agree that we would never say that Vince is above this, allegedly. Well, that's an opinion. Yeah, we would not say that Vince is above this. But these messages, he didn't write these texts. So if he did treat her like dog shit, and Linda found out and was like, "I'm not gonna leave you, Vince, but you gotta fire her." Like
apparently they haven't even been together for like a decade. Like they have not lived in the same home or lived as husband and wife for like a decade. They've both been living their own lives separately. It was only after he got forced out the first time that was revealed, and then he stepped out with this girl on a red carpet, and everybody was like, "Wait, who's this hoe?" And then they came out like, "Oh yeah, they've not been together for a while." But they're just like they're the old people, we hate each other, but we ain't getting divorced.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she's like, "No, I ain't losing this money. What the fuck is wrong with you?" This is real money. The fuck?
Like, again, they definitely had a relationship. And we're not saying that he didn't do awful things to her, allegedly. But he did not write those text messages.
No, not at all. Like, he could, and not to say that he couldn't have, because for all we know, like, secretly, like, that's how Vince types. For all we fucking know. Vince McMahon for real types like that. But like,
Just for fun.
cause like, let's be real. The smart thing to do would be to like, yeah, no, this is how I do it. Like I type like this because who's gonna believe that I typed like that? Who's gonna
But
believe
here's
that?
the thing: is like they could easily prove that if that's the case, because like imagine he typed to other people outside of that one scenario.
Yeah, all they had to do was get a freaking a court order to seize his phone before he knew it was coming, and they could have proof right then and there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If he was smart enough to know to not talk to anybody else like that, like he only spoke to her like
Okay,
that,
yeah, that's a good point. Like, what if he intentionally talked that way specifically
to
just in
her.
that scenario?
Yeah, because like he knew that it was a good chance that, I'm leaving a paper. Because like I would imagine like the dude is smart enough to know to not leave a paper trail. Because it's a massive paper trail. Like even if like they would be like, well, we don't know if Vince really talked to this woman. Like it ain't hard. All you gotta do is fucking look at the like you use the phone records. Like that's it. You can prove that like the text messages went to her. Like, and I'm pretty sure even fucking like I know AT&T used to like you could with AT&T if I'm not mistaken.
Read them.
Yeah, you can actually see the texts, which is some fuck shit. Cause like as a kid, AT&T didn't tell you that your parents could read your messages. Like that's foul and trifling. All right.
Good thing I texted no one until after 9, and then still continued to text no one. Um, but yes, since all of this stuff broke yesterday, Vince has officially resigned from all of his positions within the group. Now, the last time he was able to force his way in was because of how much stock he owned, and he had some kind of fail-safe written into his contract. So, like, that's how he ended up weaseling his way back in. But he is like technically no longer the owner. So, like, when this says that Vince is gone, he's gone. Like, they even sent out a notice, a letter from Nick Khan today to all of the WWE superstars that he had resigned and he's like no longer involved at all with the company. So Vince is done for real this time.
Oh, Matt Pat, the other dude who I don't care about, and now Vincent Kennedy F. McMahon the fifth. I just said words.
And
None of them matter.
what's crazy is I wish we, because this is only kind of like a podcast, we don't have any sort of like digital thing that we could, but people, of course, are now coming out and they're like, I told you he was a sack of trash. One of the first superstar videos I saw was Ryback. Ryback comment. I didn't even read it because I find it hard to
Take him seriously.
listen to Ryback. Yes, or take him seriously. Um, but apparently he went on and on about Vince and how much like it's all true. And then Jericho liked a tweet about basically trashing Vince, and then immediately like unliked it because he realized like,
Yeah,
oops,
don't
I
do
made a
that.
mistake because Jericho is in his own cancellation period right now
Yeah, I
because of
heard.
a similar thing. And so people were like, really? Who else was there? I mean, this isn't really like the first time anything like this has happened in WWE technically, because
I
back
would
in the
imagine not.
90s
Yeah.
with HBK and Sunny, like apparently HBK would just pass Sunny around all the time.
But that's not the same
But I
thing.
mean,
Like putting hoes on like like, cause like for those that don't understand, cause I tried to say this earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. Cause I didn't understand what sex trafficking was. I genuinely thought that sex trafficking meant that you were sending hoes over across the border. That's what I thought that shit meant. But like Vince was really just like, hey, I'm not gonna pay. Like you're not gonna. You can have her if you do me this favor. It's pimping without pimping. It's a very specific type of pimping. Pimping. And so like, I feel like if you got a girlfriend and it's like, yeah, like I let my homies smash my girl. Like she's still my girl, but I let the homies hit. Like that's not the same as like sex trafficking like Vince was doing. Cause Vince was definitely getting her into a point of like getting used to the degradation. Allegedly getting her used to the degradation of, you know, being a cum slut. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, Mark, is that like, and I don't know if you'll be able to like really like co-sign on this, but those text messages read like bad Sonic fanfic.
No, it did.
Like without a doubt, at least in my opinion, without a doubt, like it read like somebody who has not had sex was like talking about sex. Like it's what they think people who have sex like do when they have sex.
I mean, here's the thing. I've seen people talk that way.
In earnest?
But yes.
Ugh. There was a but. What's the but?
But that doesn't mean that I necessarily think that it's applicable in this particular situation.
Like, but were those people cringy? Like, all right then. That's kind of the point. It's like a dude who had a wife, had kids, and is most likely had like his fair share of sexual times with a lot of like, you know, genuinely attractive women throughout his career. I can't imagine this dude being like, oh babe, you're like, it's so fucking hot. Like what if like you had 5 big black dicks just slapping you in the face? Like, oh, wouldn't that be great? Like, I think I know a guy. Like, who the fuck is talking like that? Like, who's talking like that?
I know 3, and I could only wonder who I could be talking about.
One of them was Xavier Woods. I realized what you were doing, but it was too late. it was too late. I wasn't clever enough to catch up, but here I am. Allegedly. Actually, fuck that. That's not alleged, dog. That ain't alleged, dog. I got the videos.
Oh, no, we know.
I got them somewhere, like off top. I ain't gonna front you. I got them shits somewhere on some hard drive somewhere.
And Woods is like, were this 5-6 years ago? I'd be down. But you know, now he's family man, allegedly.
I didn't allegedly.
He could still be down.
Because I mean, Vince was a family man, and he was down. He was down for the cause.
Might say.
And like, I really like don't understand like what this girl's whole like MO was, because like, was she really just this dumb bitch who was like easily manipulated?
I'm gonna read now this interview with the lawyer, with her lawyer.
John the lawyer.
Yes.
He's exclusively good with bird law.
All right. So this is an interview that her lawyer gave. What's today? Friday? Yesterday.
It's Saturday. It's Saturday.
Whatever. So the first question is, why the relationship continued? Lawyer.
The dick
There's
was
this thing
great.
called trauma bond. Which one? Trauma bonding. That people who haven't studied it, I have just read articles. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, but an attorney. She literally felt caged and imprisoned by Vince McMahon.
That's not what trauma bonding
is. The escalation of the degrading things that happened to her, it's important for it to come out. On what Grant wants to achieve with the lawsuit. She wants her life back. That's a lie. She wants the rest of that $2 million
Yes.
that he never
Yeah,
paid her.
yeah, she wants
That's why
that
this is
3
all
million.
coming out.
Because
But
that's the wild part. If he had continued to pay her, she would have never said anything.
yeah. So she wants her life back. She wants ownership of her story. She wants to help other victims. This is relatively close in time, 2019 when this unfolded, 2020. And her hope is to help other victims, if there are other victims, to come forward because she had the courage and presence of mind to finally get this done and come forward. On what Grant is doing now. What happened to her and what was alleged left her physically and mentally absolutely destroyed. She is trying to recover, and she believes this is the first step. Filing this lawsuit took such tremendous courage from her. She was in an extremely vulnerable position when she first encountered Vince McMahon. Her parents had passed. She was the primary caregiver for her parents. Besides being an inordinately playing field between, huh?
He said
That's
words.
that's not right. Um, Besides being an inordinately playing field between Vince McMahon and Janelle, she still tried to conduct herself, tried to be the best possible employee for the WWE that she could be under the most devastating and sexually depraved circumstances. On the assaults, on if the assaults were known within WWE. It is disturbing. What happened to her is disturbing. I believe it was in Larnavis's office that they locked. She was sexually assaulted. We are claiming that I can't. This is like reading a Trump speech. What is happening? We
Oh!
are claiming the WWE headquarters under the nose of the executives and the employees. It is horrifying. It's just like brief little statements. What's happened? Janelle was in an atmosphere of fear. Perhaps some of the employees or many of the employees were in an atmosphere of fear that permeated her being, and I think it permeated the entire headquarters. On if they believe there are other victims of McMahon's. Whether they worked in the company or not, yes. The belief is there are other victims out there. Just the way of grooming of Janelle went on. It indicates that there are a lot of indicators that there may be and possibly are other victims out there. One of Janelle's hopes is that by coming forward, she will give the courage of other victims to come forward too. That's later for trial when we gather all of our witnesses. Personally, she does not, but there can be empirical circumstances that she may have encountered that could have indicated there were other victims. But personally, one on one, she doesn't have direct knowledge. On if there are additional text messages or other evidence out there. We have her firsthand testimony, gathering all the evidence. Are there other text messages out there? Yes. This was just the complaint. Now we are building the pool of evidence that we will present to a jury. On the NDA, it was attached to our complaint, so we are trying to invalidate it. On if TKO has reached out to Grant. No, I believe we were, at least Janelle, was fine that they did acknowledge in their statement what happened to her was horrific. On whether Grant felt preyed upon and targeted. She was targeted and preyed. As I mentioned before, she was in a very vulnerable position, and Vince McMahon took advantage of that and then took it a million steps further in the sexual torture, the degradation, the push-pull of trauma bonding all occurred to her. She's still to this day trying to process what happened to her. She literally could not get out of bed. She wasn't having any personal grooming. She's not really eating. It's really taken a toll besides the physical injuries she suffered. It's going to be a long process. Hopefully yesterday, by filing this suit, is her first step in the healing process. Grant's statement as read by Cows. She hopes any doors of secrecy have been blown off their hinges and that fresh air fills the headquarters. She hopes those at the company, past and present, who fear speaking out about harm is a thing of the past. She wishes everyone peace. Oh,
So what about that
I
that you
was
think was
not.
so funny?
I was not laughing at this woman and anything that she went through. It was the reading of the statement of the way it was written. And because I don't read ahead, so I just read as it's happening. And when it was wrong, it was funny. Because again, some of these were literally just brief statements like, "We have the money is good, and we have it."
Because that's how lawyers talk. Like the whole, like that's just how they talk. Like his job was to like not like put her in a position where the like anything that he says could be misconstrued and like make her look, make his job harder, honestly, than it already is.
What broke me was on whether Grant felt preyed upon. She was targeted. She was targeted and preyed upon.
That's
You
a
don't
yes or no
say.
question.
Like, so is she sad? She's a very sad person.
Oh my god! Reading that was ridiculous.
Yes, it was very sad. He's my friend, Vince McMahon. He should have come to me. I could have made it go away.
I mean, he still thinks he can.
I think he's gonna get away with it.
You ain't the only one.
And I don't mean like, because he's a monster, he's not gonna get in trouble. Like I don't really know if he did it. Like a part of me just has a hard time believing that he did this shit.
I mean, like all of it on the whole.
At preparation age feels good.
Yes, but on the whole, preparation age feels good.
It's good, yes.
But on the whole, the picture ain't picturing. There's some scenery that has been photoshopped out, and and then AI added some weird things in there. And I'm just like, some of these things are not like the others.
The math ain't math.
It's not. Like, again, allegedly, I truly believe that he is a horrible human being, probably did horrible, terrible, awful things to her.
I don't think that, I don't know.
Allegedly.
I acknowledge that he may or may not be a trash human being, but because
This is the Drake Bell situation.
I think all rich people have the propensity, that's a word that doesn't exist. All rich people have it in them to do some real fucked up stuff. Propensity, there we go. I knew the word, but I didn't know the word. So like, my vocabulary is all right. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't fuck that sentence up. All rich people have it in them to do real fucked up shit. Yeah. All rich people.
Especially the rich old. Mark, cover your ears. White ones.
Oh no.
I don't know why that was the noise I made. I'm sorry. This is the worst. Where's the last 1%?
If you hit the pause menu and sort by completion or status, rather.
Oh wow, yeah. It's literally we was on the last thing. We just somehow fucked it up. There it is.
Because looking at, remember that time when Titus got suspended?
All right, there you go. Yeah.
For that thing that he. So now that everybody knows, Vince ruled that company with an iron fist. People were literally afraid to be around him.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like he outlawed sneezing. Like he hated the act of sneezing, and if anybody sneezed in his presence, he was immediately enraged. he would fire people for the smallest little things. And so it fully makes sense that he could have been domineering and everything like that, but those text messages are not ground for proof at all. Like, those shouldn't even be admissible in court, especially considering the inconsistencies of some of them. Some of them have timestamps, some of them don't. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, because I was going on my way to like point that out.
Oh, yeah, the one
And then
thing I
if you
noticed was
look
that
at,
some of the screenshots look like somebody took the phone and laid it on a photo scanner, where some of them look like
yeah,
they're actually like screenshots taken from the phone's like memory.
yeah. But if you look at the ones that you were reading timestamps on, were the ones that were more crude.
Hmm.
But the later ones, the ones that didn't have timestamps, had proper grammar and punctuation,
They did.
including the OMG. So
Oh.
if any of them were sent by Vince, I would say it was the later ones, which also means that Johnny was definitely involved. Which, I mean, that's why he ended up, because when Vince quit the first time, Johnny left too, because he was involved in some of it. So it only makes sense for him to have been involved in this too.
Oh.
Friends stick together.
Yeah, we do. I mean, if you sexually assaulted somebody, I mean, I'd rat you out, but I do it in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, I know you would.
As you
Yeah.
well should.
Your mama didn't raise you to sexually assault women or men, for that matter.
I'm just disappointed in you as a friend. That's all. Don't worry
That's
about it.
it. It's just as a partner.
I'll,
Oh,
I'll move past it when I get out.
radiator. I don't know what the fuck a radiator is on a motorcycle.
But just so you know, I'm moving next door to you.
That's the muffler. I did not know where the radiator was. I'm not even going to front you. I didn't know.
I'll do you one better.
What?
Why is the
Why
radiator?
is the radiator?
Who was the radiator?
Mark didn't get the bit, but it's okay.
Nope, not at all. Not one. Not a single second of it.
Oh. But we still like him.
Why?
Mark, you want to?
Well,
I'm going to send you guys a picture of the birthday gift that Jordan sent me. Mark's going to like it more than your bro, but your bro will enjoy it. I currently don't have a place to put it. Like, I'm sure like I will be able to find a place to put it. Like, I'm going to try to find a place to put it over the weekend if I feel like it.
oh, that's neat.
Ain't it? Like, it is outstandingly bright. Like, it's not just like it's literally just like in like an Eat at Joe's sign. Like, that's what it comes off as. But like, if you didn't have a lamp in your room and like you just wanted like some ambient light, like it throws off enough light to where like if it was like pitch black, like if it was dark in my room, like it was like 2:00 in the morning, and like I like hit that thing, and, like I could see around the room. It's incredibly bright. I probably will not remember to put this in the editing. If I do, I'll probably put a picture of it up in the video.
No one ever remembers.
Mocha chocolate. So that's the Vincent Kennedy McMahon sex trafficking scandal. It's not funny. None of it's haha funny, but most of it's hilarious. Like,
Yes, completely disregard any laughing that I did. It was not at the situation at all. Only grammar and a tiny bit at the situation.
only a tiny bit of the situation, like 75%. Like just
84.
85.6. Because like I still like, I just think people need to remember that Vince is 80, like as of right now he's 78 years old. He's 78 years old.
I
Like
don't know if you knew this, but Vince is 87 years old.
now this is factual. Like this is not a Billy Gunn at 63 situation. Like I did the actual math. He will turn like 79 later this year. Like he's actually 78 years old right now. Like his birthday is in August. And like the thing about
Yeah,
like,
the craziest part about this, when you think about it, and all of those people uh, that have worked for him, that came before him and like died before. Vince was old. Vince is older than Ric Flair. Vince is older than the American Dream. Hulk Hogan. Vince is older than all of those guys.
I just want everybody to know that he didn't say the American Dream Hulk Hogan. Like he's not daft. There was a comma in there. Oh man. Because I feel like somebody's heard that and was like, "What?" No,
I'm the
that's not.
American Dream, brother.
That's not what he said. There is a universe in which that person is real. The American Dream, Hulk Hogan. You know what? To be fair though, in some capacity, Hulk Hogan is the American Dream. Like, he's an old balding white dude who is
orange, blonde,
who is
racist.
Blatantly racist.
He could be the president.
Just like Mark's wife. She's blatantly racist. Called me a moon cricket the other day. She thought I didn't hear her, but I heard her. Have you heard that before? I thought that was a very obscure racial. Okay, it's a very obscure racial slur.
No, that was very new to me. But I did hear that every time y'all on the phone together, she'd be like, "Is he over there chirping?"
Hey man, you know what? Sometimes you just got to deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got shit sliding down the back of your head.
And you just gotta keep going.
You just gotta keep sucking John
Just grin and bear it.
Just gotta keep sucking John Laurinaitis' dick.
Allegedly.
Woo. Almost got sued.
That's why the white one's here.
For those who don't know,
always thinking about that financial future.
I'm almost positive, definitely, I can't get like flagged for that because I doubt YouTube knows that moon cricket is a indeed racial slur. But it's a term used for slaves who would sing in the night. That's it.
And now we have fair use because this is educational.
Yes, because white people hated us so much. If we was doing anything, they came up with something for us. But no, like, yeah, back on topic here. Like, no, I really don't think that the entire thing is a joke. I like it. There's ha-has in this because sometimes with something so fucked up, what other choice do you have? You know what I mean? And like, you read those text messages. If those text messages were not involved in this whole thing would be very awkward. Like, it wouldn't be like, it would be really weird. Like, it would be
because it turns it from like a very serious thing to like, this is cartoonishly
like,
evil.
Yeah, this is like, you're making shit up for the sake of, I want to win my case. Which I don't blame you.
Do you know? Well, no, because they know now at this time how the court of public opinion works.
Yes.
They knew if they put something out, then he was done. It didn't matter whether it was true or not. They know that it's over for him. Because the amount of videos that I saw yesterday of people saying, "This is it. This man is done." They were like, "This is disgusting." They were there was no allegedly for them. There was no if he did this. They were just like, "He's a disgusting person, and he needs to go down, and Brock Lesnar needs to go down." And then for some reason, people were just lumping in Triple H and HBK with it too. They were like all of them, and I was just like, "This well, that doesn't make sense. There's no evidence behind any of this. You must be an AEW fan."
I mean, to be fair, people are always frothing at the mouth to kill somebody.
Is this not Mark? Is this not the shit I was saying about Mutahara's fan base and the whole Gerard thing? It's like literally as soon as the opportunity to like tear Gerard down showed up, like they were chomping at the fucking bit. Like that's what it was. Like there wasn't even like a legitimate reason for it. What Gerard did was mad, like shady and scummy. I'm not saying that it's not, but like to be so determined, because it's not a matter of determination, it's the giddiness in which these people have decided that like, oh, we can fucking finally like destroy WWE. Like, who does that benefit? Like, who does that benefit? Like, has the WWE not genuinely brought you hours of entertainment like throughout your childhood? Like, if you watch wrestling, you cannot sit here and tell me, oh well, like now that we have AEW, we don't need WWE. Fuck out of here. I watch both of them, and together they make one competent show. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, I would like to believe that Vince may or may have not been sexually involved with this lady. Like, I'm cool with that. I don't give a fuck. But like, if this dude was literally like just
No, he was definitely sexually involved with her. It's the abuse. That's the situation.
yeah, like I'd hate to think like I don't think that we can openly open style. I don't think you can just straight up call it abuse because at a certain point this stops being abuse and it's just a fetish. This is just what he's into. Because like the idea of like, yeah, these three big fat black cocks will spurt all over you and then I'll jack off on your back. Like I think the dude just likes fucking, but he just can't anymore because his dick don't work. Mine does. But she's not interested in me. Said the salty boy. So like I think like yeah, he might have been just like fetishizing. Like he might have just literally saw an opportunity to do things with her that he couldn't do with somebody with Linda, and was like, I'm going for it. I don't care.
Now it might be a fetish for him, but it could still be abuse for her. Because
Yeah.
if at any point at all, if she said no, then that's abuse immediately.
Yes, but that's the problem. It doesn't seem like she ever actively said no. And like we need to acknowledge, like I need to acknowledge, you need to acknowledge that most people aren't going to be interested in whether or not she actually said no. They don't care. Like
No.
like they don't care if she actually said no. They was like, well, she didn't want to do it. She only did it because she felt she was afraid to say no. Yeah, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that? Did she confide in you that these things were happening to her and she wanted it to stop? Why didn't you go to the police? Because like that's how I feel about like when any celebrity is in a situation and people are like, no, I know for a fact these motherfuckers were like Jeanette McCurdy was finger fucking Miranda Cosgrove on the set and she hated it. I was like, why didn't you call the cops and like stop the bitch from like finger blasting Miranda Cosgrove? I don't know why those are the people I picked. I think I was thinking about Drake Bell, but I couldn't fucking form the words fast enough. So before that,
That's a little messed up to think about.
Mark, please get off the ladder. Huh? Thank you. Can I not? Okay, fine. Fuck you. I won't. You can. I can't. I don't know if I want it. I got to be in the right position. There we go. Yeah, it's like I'm not. If the girl went through this shit, like damn girl, that sucks. I wouldn't have done you like that. You're mildly attractive. Oh man. It's just. I just find the whole thing bizarre. But I do love these text messages. These text messages are like they're fat worthy, honestly.